Remember we were talking about how those two guys had hung nooses off the back of their truck, and they had gone
Welcome to Quay's Club.
I don't really think they knew what kind of racial stigma it had behind it.
They knew it was, even if they were 12.
Last time that we met,
it's a discussion group about race at Penn Manor High School in rural Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
They were showing a threat to people of different race because they don't like them. That's got to be as simple as it can be.
Today, the conversation is about the young men arrested right after the huge protest in Jena, Louisiana, for hanging two nooses from a pickup truck.
we've got black and Puerto Rican, we've got a full-blooded Southerner, we've got just our local homegrown rednecks, including myself.
The group leader is 37-year-old Quay Hanna, a self-proclaimed redneck and former racist who changed his views 15 years ago during a bus ride across America. He grew up in this mostly white, largely agricultural county. Today, he believes students can change their minds about hate and racist symbols.
What changes them?
Well, again, they become confronted with what they've always thought was true. They're confronted with what seems to be the case, and then suddenly it throws everything out of whack.
Quay remembers one student, a skinhead, who sat through weekly club meetings for 3 years, but never said a word.
I have a book that all my students sign when they're leaving. In there, he said, "I never thought anyone could change my mind about racism, but you seem to do that."
After one club meeting, I sat down with some members. Nate Irwin, the self-proclaimed country boy. Hunter McBride, who grew up in the South and wants to teach history. Amber Kitch, the ex-city girl who now lives in the country. And Elaine Odiambo, originally from Kenya.
How has this club made an impact on your life?
I used to see people like him and think they're like really...
People like Nate, the country boy?
Yeah, the country boys, the rednecks or whatever, and think they're really racist.
So Nate, Elaine stereotyped you. Did you stereotype Elaine because she was black?
No, I did not. Due to the fact that this club has been a big integral part of my life. 8th grade, Quay caught us. You know, there was a few minority students in our middle school, and it got to the point where we were just being mean to these people on principle, and he nipped it in the bud.
You were a bit racist.
A bit, yeah. In middle school, I do agree.
When you saw what was happening in Jena, Louisiana, did you sit back and think, oh my gosh, that's how I was?
That's how I used to be. Not because I just didn't just stumble upon this mentality, I was immersed in it.
Could a noose ever be used as a prank?
I don't think the noose could be used as a prank just because of the stigma behind it. You know, a lot of people know that it was used in lynchings, and there was a lot of lynchings that occurred all throughout the United States.
Amber, when you think of a noose or you see a noose, what comes to mind?
Every time you think of a noose, you automatically think of something being hung. And most likely, it always leads to death.
Before I say anything else, I wanted to let you know that yesterday I was at Warwick.
And Quay Hanna is now a remarkable resource for students at another Lancaster County school.
It was tense. I felt tense going in there.
He's working at Warwick High School, where students reportedly threatened to bring in guns after an incident in early October. About 12 students known for wearing Confederate flags threw paper balls and hard candies at a small group of minority students.
It was a great assembly. I was pumped up. I was cranking.
Quay Hanna held an all-school assembly and has spoken separately with the students involved in the skirmish. He's hopeful, but it's an uphill battle.
What I do is come in and I say, I will build with who is willing to build. So if that's the students of color, I will build from there. If that's the students from poor white America, I will build from there. If that's people who are unrelated to that incident from outside, then I'll build from there.